Greetings to you, my anxious friend. Anxiety, fears, panic attacks, a very common phenomenon in our turbulent times. Everyone who has been through this or is currently in it knows that this is hell. When you fall into a vicious circle of panic thoughts, each one worse than the last. And there is no escape anywhere because it's not outside, but inside you, in your head. Doctor visits don't help, or they help only for a while. Antidepressants work for the first 3 days. Insomnia makes a bad situation even worse, and at some point, you just stop understanding anything at all. Tablets in your life are getting more and more, while life is getting worse. Everything and everyone irritates you. You become hysterical. You have fewer and fewer friends, and even relatives try to avoid you. How to break this vicious circle? What will happen next? Things will get worse. The body, being under constant stress, will begin to fall apart. Elevated cortisol, adrenal glands, blood pressure, heart, strokes, heart attacks. What is to be done? Vitamins? Minerals? You take everything, but it doesn't help. Yes, you need vitamins and minerals. Magnesium, zinc, B group vitamins. All this must be taken, but it is unlikely to help. Antidepressants? They will give an effect, but not for long and not much. A comprehensive approach is needed, and you must start with oxygen. Oxygen is what your brain needs. The small 3-pound organ consumes 20% of all oxygen, and muscles and bones and every cell of every organ are fed by oxygen. And the little muscle called the brain takes the lion's share of the oxygen. The brain is the boss of your body. The brain decides who gets what and how much. The brain monitors all your organs that are under its command every second. But it does this not for them, but for itself. It's a symbiosis, a mutually beneficial coexistence. But if it comes to a choice between the well-being of the brain and the well-being of some other organ, the brain will undoubtedly choose itself. The brain is a very flexible and complex system that no one has yet fully understood, but the fundamental principles of its operation are known. A whole circulatory system with miles of veins, arteries, vessels, and capillaries is designed to deliver oxygen to all the cells in your body that need it. And the brain reacts very painfully to a lack of oxygen. Oxygen is the main nutrition for the brain. Without oxygen, it will only live for a few minutes. That's why there is 3 times more oxygen in the blood than it needs. If there isn't enough oxygen, the brain will take it from other organs because the brain primarily cares about itself, its beloved self. And with a lack of oxygen, the nervous system will be the first to suffer, as it is very large. The nervous system is hundreds of miles of nerves. It's a very large and very complex system. Year after year, a lack of oxygen imperceptibly breaks down the nervous system, and along with the nervous system, the entire body breaks down because the work of all other body systems depends on the nervous system. The nervous system dominates all body systems, including the immune system, and consequently, with the decline of the nervous system, immunity also falls. The nervous system is like a network of electrical cables through which signals travel from the brain to all organs of the body. And these signals must arrive on time, quickly. With the degradation of the nervous system, the brain's connections with other organs collapse, and new health problems arise. All this happens gradually, not quickly. Our body has a large margin of safety, large but not unlimited. Everything in the body is interconnected, and you need to look at the body as a whole, not at its individual parts. And what happens if even the oxygen that the brain has taken from other organs is not enough for it? That's right, the brain will start to panic, and a panic attack will happen. The brain will panic because it is afraid of being left without nutrition. It is an egoist. It is a narcissist. It thinks only of itself and protects itself in every way, and it will do everything to make you aware of its problem. Head problems, mental disorders, intellectual disabilities, dementia. These are in most cases a banal lack of oxygen, hypoxia, dizziness, ringing in the ears, thoughts of suicide, of death, a constant tearful state, hallucinations, causeless fear, fainting. All this is a result of oxygen starvation. How to find out if the cause of your problems is precisely hypoxia. Buy an antihypoxant and take it. It's a cheap and harmless remedy, succinic acid or inosine. It is sold in sports nutrition stores and is called biological active supplements. And see if the brain calms down. And for the vast majority of people, the panic will pass. And if so, then the problem is hypoxia, and you will need to look for the cause of the oxygen deficiency. There can be many reasons for hypoxia, and one of them is COVID, which we all recently had, and absolutely everyone had it, even those who think they didn't. Many people have post-COVID symptoms. Millions of people will suffer to some degree from new health problems for the rest of their lives. Not only the lungs were affected by COVID, but also the circulatory system, vessels and capillaries are clogged. Blood circulates worse, which means there is less oxygen. The circulatory system is closely intertwined with the nervous system. You could even say they are one and the same. And accordingly, if the circulatory system works poorly, then the nervous system is also depressed. But about that, my dear panic-stricken friend, we will talk in the next episode of our exciting and useful thriller. And now you already have all the necessary weapons. So, fight!